Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom. This is our weekly sidebar, our mini sidebar, which is an extension of our monthly newsletter called Sidebar. And that's sound information designed to educate you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you're not already on that newsletter email list, please do sign up for it on our website at jblaw.biz. Now, for this week's video, today, I want to talk about specific testamentary gifts. And so before we get started, let me start my timer. And what that means is if I am drafting my will, for example, and I leave you a specific gift, my 2005 Dodge Durango. I love that Durango. That car, I put a lot of miles on that car. And unfortunately, it needs a little transmission work now, but it's going to be taken care of. So you'll get a good solid car. So I leave that in my will. But if, let's say, I forget about that gift that I left you and I later on sell the car and or trade it in for, let's say, my GMC Terrain that I like, then fortunately the Georgia courts will probably rule in your favor, where the intent was to leave you my car, and even though it's not exactly the same car, because of the intent and because it was the gift initially was replaced by something very similar, another car. Let me turn my timer off real quick so I can finish this. Then the gift won't, what we call, fail. If I were to, let's say, get rid of the car, sold it outright, got the money, and bought some new furniture, then you don't get the furniture in place of the car. You don't get the cash value of what the car would have been worth at the time of the reading of the will, the execution of the will, or the time of my passing. The car is gone. So unfortunately, sorry, you don't get anything, because that was a specific gift bestowed or devised to you. There's lots I can talk about with just this subject, and I actually do have a part 2 to this to talk about a couple other things. So please stay tuned for next week. I should publish it next week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom. But in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in this week, and I will see you next time.